Let's talk about Antarctica.
So a new discovery.
Antarctica.
Antarctica in the bottom of our planet.
Advanced
Antarctica. Climate crisis.
Penguins.
Pink penguins.
This fits in, man. This fits the whole thing we've been talking about. We've been tracking Antarctica, what it means to people, what it means to the world, and what it means to our future. And a particular part of that has been the ideological colonization. Colonizing is obviously just the bane of history's existence. All the colonization, destroying the diversity of culture and language, and but colonization of ideology is happening to Antarctica at an extremely impressive rate. And it continues. And what is the end goal? We're not quite sure, but the message is clear, and it's coming from pinknews.co.uk, LGBTQ web news site here. The headline is "Gay Couple to Tie the Knot in the First Ever Same-Sex Wedding in British Antarctic Territory." Two polar research ship crew members are set to become the first ever same-sex couple to get married in British Antarctic Territory. Eric Bourne and Stephen Carpenter have been together for 20 years, having first met. What?
Bourne Carpenter.
Whoa, bro. Bourne Carpenter. Oh, they're gonna hyphenate. Bourne Carpenter.
Yeah, it's
could it be the second coming? Eric Bourne, and I'm kidding, folks. It's a joke. Eric Bourne and Stephen Carpenter have been together for 20 years, having first met on the RFA Sir Percival before being deployed in the Gulf War. Since then, they have traveled the world's oceans and currently work together on the polar research ship RRS Sir David Attenborough, which is on its maiden voyage in Antarctica. That's interesting. We're going to have to look into that. I didn't hear about that. Maiden voyage, Sir David Attenborough ship.
I think I've come across some headlines with that, but yeah, didn't necessarily bring it to the show. Go on.
The couple plan to tie the knot, either on Sunday, 24th of April, or Monday, 25th of April.
Depends on if the Large Hadron Collider changes the timeline.
No, Gonz. Depending on weather, which temperature is predicted to be between -3 and 0 degrees Celsius.
Romantic, bros. Romantic.
They will be joined by 30 of the ship's crew members, with the ceremony performed by the ship captain, Will Watley, at the British Antarctic Survey's BAS Rothera Research Station. Carpenter said, "Antarctica is such an incredible place. We have been together for 20 years, but now we've both been to Antarctica together. It felt like the perfect place for us to finally tie the knot." He said that they both had the coordinates of the research station where they will be married engraved on their wedding rings before setting off to Antarctica. Bourne added, quote, "We're both very proud to be the first same-sex marriage to happen in British Antarctic Territory. BAS is such a welcoming and accepting employer, and we feel very lucky to be able to live and work in such an incredible community and place together." Watley, the ship's captain who will perform the wedding, said, quote, "It is such an honor to be officiating Eric and Steve's wedding. The RRS Sir David Attenborough is not only our place of work, but also our home. And it is a privilege to help two integral members of our crew celebrate their special day." Quote, "I'm very proud of the inclusive culture within the British Antarctic Survey and across the polar regions. I'm thrilled for them both and wish them all the very best. The couple plan to have a celebration with family and friends in Spain." And that kind of last line, like there's a lot to comment on, but the last line really kind of sums it up. Like, "I'm very proud of the inclusive culture of the British Antarctic Survey." That's the British zone there, and across the polar regions. So very proud of the inclusive culture of Antarctica, sending a message here. Again, the same message we've gotten over and over with some other sort of related stories, socially minded stories, the ideological colonization of Antarctica, is that, hey, the message is clear. Antarctica is this sort of social justice utopia. I mean, what is there, like 1,000 people on the entire continent between a bajillion square miles of land? But it's over and over again being set up as this sort of utopia filled with resources, a shared rainbow coalition of countries and people types and colors and creeds and orientations and things. Anybody can accomplish anything in Antarctica. It's our last hope. And as the Earth warms, it'll be a wonderful place to spend the summers as well.
Yeah. So I just thought of something that could be a thing.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. I'm just looking at history and social engineering operations, and some that may disagree that it was a type of social engineering, but the 1940s, post World War II, the rebirth of Israel being that, and all the Jews around the world being encouraged to travel back to their homeland. We identified that with Africa. We've theorized, or at least I've thrown out the theory that they're going to do a similar type of thing where they're going to rebuild Africa. There's going to be a big, kind of like a pilgrimage to the roots of the African American people in America. Go visit your homeland. We're developing it, whatever it may be. Could this be a type of setup to create Antarctica as sort of the trans gay wonderland, like the liberal super wonderland, where
it sure seems to be going that way, doesn't it?
It does. And it's like where all these people that are marginalized in society because they're gay or they're trans or whatever can go there. They can have their own continent, a
refuge,
where they can party and do whatever in the ice or whatever thing, But I don't know. It just feels like every sort of group that's been highly politicized and become sort of the target or champions of progressive politics,
identity
politics, all seem to be
the victims. Yes,
remember, the victims of identity politics. Yes.
You get your victim points,
right?
And what do victims need? They need their own
space,
their own place where they can be themselves. And again, we're looking at a long play here.
Yes, this is a 1,000-foot view type of.
Yeah, this is the ideological colonization of Antarctica as a place that is open and welcoming to all the victims from around the world who need a place to go. Like it really is being set up as this utopia all the way, and not just because of the trans mountain climbers or the gay wedding or the climate change religion, even when the scientists are saying it's not it, they're being used as a victim. They're even setting up, like, if Antarctica was a character in the story, Antarctica itself is a victim because of even though the scientists are like, no, the climate change really isn't doing anything down here, guys. And the news organizations are like, Antarctica is exploding because of climate change. CNN using it over and over and over, falsely claiming, never quoting, never giving a source for why, these ideas that Antarctica is falling apart because of climate change, because they can't get one, because all the scientists say that it's not happening. Yet, they are creating a victim out of Antarctica. And if you're going to create a victim, a land that is a victim of climate change, then you need to populate it with the victims of, all the other hatred in the world, or at least the hatred we're led to believe is a, thing by the media, by the news media.
Yeah.
So it's a weird, like, big long-term play, it feels like. And a lot of this is conjecture, but the feeling, or not the feeling, the dots are there and they're connected and something is going on. And I think the victim utopia, the safe space, Antarctica, the safe space.
Have you
makes a lot of sense.
Anytime there's something like this or a theory like this, I like to just in my head see if there's any kind of major production media type of thing that would propagandize the idea. We have like Wakanda and that whole thing for Africa. And I was thinking, I'm like, is there something culturally that has any kind of connection to Antarctica, or maybe not directly Antarctica, but something like it? Have you ever heard of a smash hit Disney film?
I was just going to say that. Yeah, I was going to say that exact thing. I had never thought about it before, but the second you started talking about it, that's what came to my mind.
Have you seen Frozen 2?
No.
You should watch it. Because, no, do it. Do it as part of your analysis of
my work.
Yes, do it for work, because I'm telling you now that the themes in the film, it's I got to refresh a little bit and organize my thoughts a little better. But
it's an old movie now.
Well, Frozen 2 has to do with entering the magical realm that's been kind of under
the cold,
a curse.
frozen magical realm.
No, not really. It gets restored as kind of like a cold magical realm. It's kind of like, and Elsa kind of takes her own place in the Enchanted Forest, and then Arendelle, where they're from, is occupied by her sister.
Racists, white supremacists.
Sure. No, there is obviously there's kind of a reparations theme to things and stuff. So yeah, there's a woke critique of colonialism type of thing going on in the film.
Right.
But there's sort of magical Iceland that gets recreated based on a broken curse. I mean, the themes are there. The themes are definitely there when it comes to, and they're really big on memory being stored in water and ice. They bring that up in the movie, and they talk about the Olaf, who's the snowman character. He talks about he's dropping knowledge in the movie. Memory stored on water and stuff like that. It's like, whoa, they're really tapping into some new agey type of ideas and just kind of plopping it into the plot. And so, just kind of, next time you watch it or something.
That's the Disney. It's the magical communication of Disney. Been working. I mean, and you consider Disney's, sort of MO, trying to instill the identity politics at a very young age. And if you, again, pull out, take a higher view, if Frozen indeed is the propaganda for the safe space that is to be Antarctica, to the ideologically woke. I mean, it's coming together, man. I don't know. I don't want to beat the dead horse too much, but it makes a lot of sense. It does
make a lot of sense. I could be mistaken. Maybe I need to look into this more. But I believe there is Elsa is like an icon in the gay community.
That makes sense to me. I don't know. I don't know. A quick Google could do that, but I'm a little bit afraid to do that on the show.
Vox.com. Why Elsa from Frozen is a queer icon and why Disney won't embrace that idea. There you go. This is from 2019, but
why Disney won't embrace that idea?
Yeah, I don't know.
Seems like something they would want to. Yeah. Gonz. Madison Cawthorn is in Twitter trending again. I think we should end the show.
Okay.
But after this breaking news, after photographs obtained by Politico of Representative Madison Cawthorn appearing to wear lingerie circulate online.
Oh, no.
He responded by saying they were goofy vacation photos during a game on a cruise taken before he ran for Congress.
Okay.
Oh, I'm looking at him now. Yeah, it's obviously a goofy game on a cruise.
All right.
He's literally on a cruise ship. Yeah, that's not a great look for a congressperson, though. But also, you know what? The new generation, Gonz.
No,
Who am I? Who am I to say?
Here's my question.
This might make him into an LGBTQ icon.
I'm curious why these guys, these politicians, these people that, make it to the top of some kind of political ladder or whatever it may be, why are there always photos of them in some kind of compromising situation?
Because they're human beings, Gonz, okay? They're just humans like you and I. We've all been on a cruise and just somehow found ourselves on stage in lingerie just for a fun game. Come on. He's just like you and I.
That's your thing?
Too much?